are doing a wonderful job looking after everyone.
Thank you so much. Would you like some sanitizer?
I'll keep that in mind.
We got face shields, we got masks. Would you like a face shield?
Yes, thank you very much. Very courteous.
No worries.
Looking after the public, what you're doing. You should feel really good about yourselves.
Thanks, dog. Thank you very much. And I'll give you
some masks and grab some hand sanitizer. If you go to the park here on your right to the stage, there will be hand sanitizer and there will be masks, so if you can make sure you can grab those.
I can't breathe. The words of George Floyd as he was being murdered by the police in Minneapolis resonated painfully with Aboriginal people, as so many of our own have died at the hands of racist police and prison guards here in so-called Australia. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters, our siblings fighting for justice and freedom in the United States of America and everywhere else in the world. In New South Wales, Dunghutti man David Dungay Jr. was held down by 5 prison guards, also yelled, "I can't breathe," more than 12 times. Not one officer even faced disciplinary action for Dungay's murder, and his family is still waiting for justice. Racist policing practices are lethal. In 2017, Victoria, Yorta Yorta woman Annie Tanya Day was subjected to racist policing practices and systemic racism which caused her death. In 2004, Queensland man Malarinji Dormaji was likewise subject to racist policing practices and then murdered in custody. No one was brought to justice for his murder either. In 2019, both Joyce Clark in Western Australia and Kumanjai Walker in the Northern Territory were shot by police, shot to death by police. In South Australia, Wayne Fella Morrison. In Western Australia, Miss Dew. In Victoria, Veronica Nelson, all died in custody as a result of outright negligence on the part of police and corrections officers. In 2017, Tidy Chatfield's death in custody at the Tamworth Correctional Centre was ruled suicide despite conflicting evidence to the contrary. TJ Hickey, New South Wales. Ray Thomas Jr., Victoria. Both died while being pursued by rabid police against their own policing procedures of non-pursuit. Jesse Edwards was murdered on the streets in Swan Hill and his family was still fighting for justice. His racist killers have not been brought to justice. Had all these people been white, they would no doubt be still here. These deaths are among the latest in a long line of deaths in custody in the United States and Australia. Since the Royal Commission in 1991 into Aboriginal deaths in custody, 400, and it says 32 on my piece of paper, but I believe it's 435. As we speak about this, people are dying. No one has ever been convicted for the death of an Aboriginal person at the hands of Australia's racist police and correctional system. Not one person. Aboriginal people and other racialised people are subjected to police brutality and racist policing practices every single day, and we've had enough. Australia and the US are both violent colonial racist regimes built on the genocide of Indigenous people and the theft of our lands. The police uphold these systems through the ongoing violent policing practices which sees both Indigenous and African Americans fill prisons and be murdered at the hands of these violent states. Black Lives Matter! I want to invite Sue-Ann Hunter, the Juries. Sue-Ann is a Wurundjeri woman, a proud Wurundjeri woman, and she's going to start off our march with a welcome to country and a minute's silence.
Woman Jekka, our elders can't be here today, as you understand they need to take precautions, and we've encouraged them to stay home. But they've asked me to stand before you and welcome you to this sacred land. The land you stand upon is the most sacred that you'll ever stand on. We come from thousands and thousands of generations. Our ancestors walked this land, so you are free to be here today and hear your voice heard. They ask of three things of you today. 1, look after country. 2, look after each other. And 3, be respectful, and they want you to be calm. We don't want anything that's going to overshadow our voice. We don't want anything that's going to take it away from the message that Black Lives Matter. Lives that are lost over 29 years. Think about this, that's 14 deaths every year for 29 years. Let's break that down again. That's 1 every single month for 29 years. No one has ever been held accountable. Aboriginal lives matter, Black lives matter.
Now we need to mourn all those people that have died before or after 1788, not before. After 1788, because that doesn't include all of those ones from the 1991 Royal Commission into deaths in custody. There's so many more people that have died in the frontier wars. So we need to mourn them properly. We need to farewell their spirits. And my heart's beating really hard because I'm looking, you guys can't see this, but I'm looking at the crowd and it's going to the next block. It's going to the next block. And I wanted to thank every single one of you people here today, Aboriginal and our non-Aboriginal allies, because for so long, for too long, we haven't been heard, and we are the same here in Australia than over in America. So finally our voices are being heard, but I'm here to say farewell to their spirits, and I want you to repeat after me. Twaganin. Really loud so our ancestors hear us. Twaganin. Yerabaling. Murup. Nganganyaro. Nganganyaro. Tarangalk. Nganganganyen. Murup nganyen. Nalajaring. So all of you guys were just speaking in the Woiwurrung language, the traditional language of the Wurundjeri people, the traditional owners of Naarm, of Melbourne. Now we're going to sing together. Try and sing along if you want, but if you want to join in, I want you all to join in. I want you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to do the beat of the heartbeat. You can do it with your feet as well. So this will be the beat to this chant. And keep it going, because this is all about everyone's life. And at the very end, the heart stops. So it's a very sad chant, but it's a very strong chant to farewell that spirit of our loved ones. Keep going. Twaganen yerebeling moro nganganyaro nganganyaro darangal. Keep it going. Nganganganyen nganganganyen yirimboy winyira morap nganyen ngalajere. We're going to do it one more time. And I think stomp those feet. I can hear it. I can hear that heartbeat. Yeah, maybe you hold on to the clap sticks as well. All right, ready? Now, isn't that a powerful thing to do, to farewell those spirits that have been lost? And I just wanted to explain the words quickly before we go to our next speaker. It's basically, farewell, dear spirit. You're watching us from Tarangok, where Bunjil lives. We will see you tomorrow when our souls reunite. So now I'm going to pass it over to my daughter Kaya. He'll be talking about the youth's perspective on this, because we've all been feeling heavy, we've been feeling sick because we're absorbing all of this horrible stuff. So the young ones as well. So here's her voice. This is Kaya, my 17-year-old daughter.
Kaba malamangil naranik Kaya. Warandri Willamik, Woirangi, Nyung Gojin, Womanyat Big Duyik. My name's Kai Nicholson Ward, and I'm a Warandri Jarjarang and Nyula Ilamarang woman. I just wanted to talk today and express my frustration and anger with the way the world is right now and how cruel it has always been to our people. I've had a really tough week dealing with everything that's happening in the world, especially with what's happened in New South Wales to that young Aboriginal boy that was slammed to his face by a police officer. I want to share some facts about Aboriginal people that you may not know that should be taught in schools.
Sorry, everyone.
Aboriginal people are 28% of the prison population in Australia. We are 50% of the youth detention population in Australia, and we are only 3% of Australia's whole population. This breaks my heart because the government seems to not even care about us. You're on our land. It's the same story on different soil. We are dealing with the same racism here, and Australia needs to talk about it, especially in schools. This can be done by teaching Australia's true history from our perspective, especially how Australia was built and how my people almost got wiped out. Just for Australia to be built, we were almost wiped out. That's not taught in school. And it saddens me that I have to deal with the uneducated, ignorant, racist people that learn from this system. We have to deal with them and we have to educate them instead of the educators. That's not right. There has been around 432 Aboriginal deaths in custody since 1991. None of the police have been charged for those deaths. Let that sink in your head. It's great people are supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, but you need to support this after this whole situation. Don't just support Black Lives Matter because it's trending. I'll see you all on Jan 26 at the Invasion Day rally. Nyung Gojin, thank you.
We're in this together. Let's fix it.
This is what I do have to say. We were all created as equals, but one thing's for sure, we're not created as equals. Australia's national anthem is a disgrace. Advance Australia Fair. When's this going to take place? It took the murder of George Floyd, an African-American man, to put the spotlight on Australia's shame. 432 Aboriginal deaths in police custody since 1991, and still no convictions. And that brings me to this point. The racial profiling by police, inhumane treatment by police, and the harassment of our youth, and the murders of our loved ones, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers. All at the hands of police. All we want is justice and to be treated as equals. That's not much to ask for, is it? There is no room for racists in this world. We need change, and it needs to start happening now. Black Lives Matter.
It's right for all. I'm here for one reason, is to pay respect for my sister Veronica Walker. So can you bow your heads for my sister while I bow my head, please? Equal rights for all.
Thanks, Dwayne. This is Dwayne. And he's talking about his little sister.
Big sister.
Big sister.
Like my mother.
A local woman here who...
Proud black Aboriginal woman. To tell our people about acknowledging people. And that's what we've got to do, yeah? Keep between us, yeah? But we've got to be equal. Yeah? Because we are equal. We all bleed red because we are human. Human rights for all.
I stand in solidarity with Black lives and the lives lost to the brutality of the forces of the state. that we know we're here for one reason. Money!
Please be mindful of social distancing. Wear your masks and use hand sanitizer frequently. Do not touch your face, I'm serious. Also, this is probably one of the biggest marches I've seen here and that we've organised, so I just want to thank every single one of you for coming out. I want to acknowledge the experience of every single black person on this continent too, not just Aboriginal peoples, African brothers and sisters, our Pacific Islander brothers and sisters.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! We have to stop these bent, crooked cops hurting innocent black people. This is sickening. We need to put a stop to it now. Black lives matter! Black lives matter! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! The police are nothing but jackboot thugs that get off on killing innocent Indigenous people. We need to put a stop to the corruption immediately. Yeah. Black lives matter, and we're going to make sure the corrupt police department understand that.
Yeah!
Black lives matter! 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 Black lives matter!
Aboriginal land. Always was, always will be. Aboriginal land. Always was, always will be. Aboriginal land.
I strap us back after all these tears. Mama's crying, how they gon' heal? How you gon' feel? Thought size too up, bitch, this shit ill.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
I just hope they understand this is a peaceful thing.
Black lives matter!
Get the cops. So they don't.
Black lives matter! 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 Always will be! Always will be! Always will be!
You think that's not bad, it's just a good thing.
Since 1991, 432 Aboriginal deaths in custody. This is unacceptable. We need to rise up and put a stop to it. This protest sends a clear message that the world is disgusted in police corruption.